hits just keep on coming for lonely men at the new and improved CNN. And I'm not talking about hits in the good sense of the word. I'm not talking about hits that sit atop the Billboard charts for weeks at a time. Matter of fact, I can't think of the last time CNN produced a hit show. In the past 12 months, this network has driven away millions of viewers. CNN went from rivaling Fox News as the #1 network in prime time to inhabiting the caboose on the bongo train. In response to their tanking ratings, CNN President Chris Licht, he promised to make changes. And to his credit, he stayed somewhat true to his word. The donut diva Brian Stelter went from hosting reliable sources on weekends to teaching future diabetics at Harvard how to properly fill the cream in a donut. Now, I'm not going to sit here and list all the media careers Chris Licht has whacked over the last few months. You guys know all the names by now. We've covered them extensively here on the channel. But we're running into a little bit of a problem here. Chris Licht actually reached out to me earlier. He told me, we are running out of room in the woke cemetery. There are only so many burial plots available. Brian Stelter, of course, the quarter-ton barrel of fun, the birthing person with a bongo the size of the gap in Stacey Abrams' teeth, his burial plot took up most of the space in the woke cemetery. But it appears we're going to have to make room for one more. If any of you guys are in real estate or have some land available, please reach out to Chris Licht at CNN because he is not finished attempting to eradicate the network of the woke fungus. Over the weekend, rumors began to surface that Jim Acosta was the next name on the hit list. Oh, Abilio James Acosta, the birthing person diagnosed with the very first case of OMB, Orange Man Bad. Jerkin the Jimmy rose to international fame during the last administration for his unique ability to incite woke boners on Twitter. The shitfucks could not get enough of Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta accused the Orange Man of mythical racism. Spank my wanker! Jim Acosta said Orange Man hates illegal immigrants. Spank my wanker! Jim Acosta said Orange Man doesn't speak truthfully. Spank my wanker! Jim Acosta is a beloved figure in woke circle jerks. When the rumors began spreading over the weekend that he could be the next casualty at CNN, woke Twitter erupted with overreactions. There were lonely men saying they would outright refuse to watch CNN if they fired Jerkin Jimmy, which is exactly the reaction I would think that Chris Licht wants, considering the fact that he wants normal people to start watching CNN while shitfucks move on over to MSNBC. When news broke that CNN was prepping for his funeral, two sources came out to dispute the initial report. Both claimed Jim Acosta was safe at the network, with one calling the initial report bullshit. One of them even said, Chris Licht has given Jim Acosta assurance that his job at CNN is safe. He even gave him the woke pinky swear by inserting his pinky into Jim Acosta's bongo using the traditional woke hug method. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time when you start hearing rumors of departures in the mainstream media, the rumors turn out to be true. Remember over the summer when it was rumored Brian Stelter's woke welfare was expiring? The public relations team at CNN, they were quick to defend their donut diva. There's no way we're getting rid of Brian Stelter. America loves watching a man in his 30s slowly lose his remaining hair. A month or two later, Brian Stelter received notice that CNN was cutting off his woke welfare, causing the Dunkin' Donuts across the street to immediately go out of business. A couple of months ago, I told you guys Don Lemon would be next. Now it turns out I was only half right. Once again, CNN had denied initial reports that changes were coming with Don Lemon. A few weeks later, America's favorite fruit claimed that he was being promoted to morning television instead of prime time. Instead of discussing important issues like mythical racism, Donnie will now be the host of fun segments like How to Make a Pound My Brown Cake. So I have a hard time believing the denials coming from CNN regarding Jim Acosta. It has become clear at this point, the PR team has no fucking clue what Chris Licht is planning on doing. He has to keep his moves close to the vest. I mean, this network's filled with shit fucks with terminal cases of wokemia and OMB. He can't trust anyone at CNN. If Chris Licht plans to fire Jim Acosta, the last people to know will be the shit fucks working at the network. If CNN is truly moving in a new direction, if they're truly shifting their focus to hard news and away from partisan journalism, where would Jim Acosta fit in that equation? This man is a pretender. He's no different than that dude we talked about earlier this morning who was pretending to be a woman. Jim Acosta is a pretend journalist. 3 years ago, he did a special report on illegal immigration. He traveled to the border town of McAllen, Texas, to find one birthing person that would agree with his narrative. The narrative, of course, being illegal immigration is not a real problem. According to Jim Acosta, illegal immigration in border cities doesn't cause an increase in crime. No! Come on, guys! Why would these people need to commit crime when they can receive government welfare? Jim Acosta interviewed a woman asking her about life in McAllen, Texas. This is what he considers journalism. Watch for yourself.
And what's your name, ma'am?
Nadine.
Nadine?
Yes.
And you're from here in McAllen, Texas?
Yes.
This area?
Uh-huh.
And I was just wondering, do you find that there are immigrants coming from Mexico and hurting people over here, like shooting, murders, that kind of crime going on here?
Well, I've been here about 10 years and I've never personally seen any of that.
Did you ever hear about that kind of stuff going on, or?
I mean, you do hear that there's shootings and this, but it's not necessarily people who have crossed. I mean, it's just local crime.
Local crime. And you're not finding a situation here where the immigrants are coming over, or the Mexicans are coming over, or whoever, and causing a lot of crime and mayhem?
No, I haven't.
And is it pretty safe to live here in McAllen? Is it pretty safe around here?
Yes.
Did you see what he did there? This is Woke Journalism 101. Jim Acosta captioned this video on Twitter with, "Nadine says McAllen, Texas is safe, and she would know. Nadine's lived here for 10 years. You see, illegal immigration is a myth pushed by Orange Man Bad." The delusional world of the woke. I did some research myself. I pulled the crime statistics for McAllen, Texas. Imagine my surprise when I found out it's actually not safe to live there. Compared to other cities in Texas, the crime rate in McAllen is 72% higher than other cities. Compared to the rest of the country, McAllen, Texas ranks in the top 75% when it comes to high crime rates. In terms of crimes per square mile, the national average is around 27 crimes per square mile. Average in Texas is the same thing, 27. In McAllen, Texas, the average is 61. Shitfucks like Jim Acosta, they're all about supporting illegal immigration when the problem is secluded to border states, border cities. But look at what happened when border states started flying illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C., New York City, Martha's Vineyard. They couldn't get rid of them quick enough. We don't have the resources to feed these people. Supply chain shortages have decreased our supply of cucumbers. All woke wieners have been accounted for. Send these people back to Florida. Let me give you guys some other examples of what Jim Acosta calls journalism. These examples are the reason he became a beloved figure in the community of wanker spankers. But it's also an example of what happens when your media career, your whole media profile is built on an illusion. During the 4 years Donald Trump was in office, a lot of people in the media became rich and famous for attacking him. People like Jim Acosta, they didn't have real journalistic abilities. They obtained their fame by creating myths and fantasies. The problem with that approach, the lies only last for so long. Once the truth is exposed, you lose all credibility, which is the problem Chris Light's trying to clean up right now at CNN, getting rid of all these on-air personalities who don't have any credibility. Check out these examples of journalism from Abilio James Acosta. Roll the film.
And now this comment, the president referring to Haiti and countries in Africa as being, and I noticed you, Wolf, you hesitated to use that word. I hesitate to use it myself, as an S-hole or shithole is what the word that the Washington Post is quoting the president as saying. I think, Wolf, what we have to come to grips with, and I almost have to think back to the day when we were at Trump Tower, when the president was commenting on Charlottesville, and he was saying that there were very fine people on both sides, saying that there are very fine people among the white supremacists and the Nazis, is that the president of the United States just seems to have a problem here, Wolf, in this area. And we can tiptoe around it, we can dance around it and not really put our finger on it, but the president seems to harbor racist feelings about people of color. Just wanted to follow up on my colleague's question about Russian interference. Can you pledge to the American people that you will not accept any foreign assistance in the upcoming election?
First of all, I want no help from any country, and I haven't been given help from any country. And if you see what CNN, your wonderful network, said, I guess they apologized in a way for, didn't they apologize for the fact that they said certain things that weren't true? Tell me, what was their apology yesterday? What did they say?
Mr. President, I think our record on delivering the truth is a lot better than yours sometimes, if you don't mind me saying.
Let me tell you about your record. Your record is so bad, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I always knew Jim Acosta wasn't a journalist, but he can rest easy. There's no reason to be worried. If he does get fired from CNN, he can fall back on his career as a stand-up comedian. That was some great comedy right there. Mr. President, our record of telling the truth at CNN is far better than yours. Are you fucking kidding me? The tagline at CNN the last few years has been the most unreliable name in news. No one trusts this fucking network. This is the same network that claimed Black Lives Matter protests were peaceful. Then Chris Cuomo turned around and said, "Who said protests were supposed to be peaceful? I don't remember anyone saying that. Protests are supposed to be violent." Not too long ago, we ran out of Preparation H here at CNN. The staff organized a Pound the Brown protest. I've been unable to sit down since. The boils on my bongo still have not healed. Back in January, CNN gave Jim Acosta an opportunity in prime time. Chris Cuomo, he was fired around Thanksgiving of last year. CNN coasted through the month of December. They opened the new year, hoping Jim Acosta could attract the same lonely men that Chris Cuomo did. They knew this would be tough. Chris Cuomo, he attracted lonely men by removing his shirt, putting a nice stiff cigar in his mouth. CNN knew they would have to take a different approach with Jim Acosta. Chris Cuomo's strengths were his bare chest and cigars. Jim Acosta's strengths were in his ability to use woke boner words. Cuomo was averaging between 1.5 million viewers every night. Jim Acosta, he debuted in January with a show titled Democracy in Peril. Strike one already. Shitfucks hate the word democracy. To the surprise of no one, Jim Acosta was a complete flop in prime time. Even though he pretended to draw millions of viewers, only 511,000 tuned in. He was actually worse than Breonna Kyler. She filled in during prime time the week before, averaged 555,000 viewers. CNN is filled with huge embarrassing failures. I know Chris Licht claims to be changing direction, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't see much change at CNN. Getting rid of the bald bull was a start, but there hasn't really been any significant change since. They moved Don Lemon to mornings because they were afraid to fire him. They put Jake Tapper in prime time, who immediately failed. It's almost like Chris Licht is having some sort of identity crisis. I'm sure he's not popular in the halls of CNN. I'm sure he's receiving a lot of resistance and backlash from the shitfucks working at the network, which is the reason he should have started this eradication of the woke fungus from the inside out instead of the outside in. He wanted to make headlines by firing big names, hoping it would increase ratings. But if you're going to eradicate the woke fungus, you've got to start from within. I'm talking about the staffers, the production assistants, the producers, the people responsible for putting on the show. If you don't replace them, all you're really doing is swapping one shitfuck on TV for another. Replacing Don Lemon with Jake Tapper is not an upgrade. Replacing Brian Stelter with Chris Wallace is not an upgrade. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are the rumors true? Do you think the rumors are true? Are Jim Acosta's days at CNN numbered? Or do you believe CNN when they say that his job is safe? You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.